Hey guys, I've mentioned this case before, but there are so many details that make it beyond strange. So I wanted to take a closer look. A man ran out of an airport and disappeared forever. No one chased him, no one tried to stop him, and no one has ever been able to explain why he ran. Security footage shows him sprinting through the airport, past other travelers, straight out of the building, and into the parking lot. He doesn't slow down. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't even look back. He runs past the cars in the parking lot toward the edge of the property, climbs over a barbed wire fence, and disappears into a field that leads toward a wooded area. He has never been seen again. So what made him run? The man in that footage was Lars Mittank. He was 28 years old and from Germany. By all accounts, he lived a normal life. He worked in construction. He had family and friends who described him as giving and reliable. He wasn't reckless. He wasn't unpredictable. And nothing about him suggested that something like this would ever happen. In June of 2014, Lars traveled to Bulgaria with a group of friends for a vacation along the Black Sea coast. They stayed in Golden Sands, which is a busy resort town known for its nightlife, beaches, and crowds. At first, everything about the trip was completely normal. Lars and his friends went out, they relaxed, they enjoyed themselves. Nothing stood out, and nothing suggested what was coming. But near the end of the trip, something happened that may have changed everything. One night, Lars got into a minor altercation with a group of men. Details about the fight are unclear, but it's believed it involved a disagreement over football. After this, Lars began complaining about ear pain. Not just discomfort, just that something really didn't feel right. So he went to a doctor and was diagnosed with a ruptured eardrum. Because of this, he was told not to fly right away, since the pressure from the flight could make it worse. So his friends returned home, and Lars stayed behind in Bulgaria alone. Lars checked into a small hotel near the airport, and this is where things really start to get strange. It's reported that later hotel staff would say that he seemed nervous and maybe even restless, like something was really bothering him. In fact, at one point, he began asking the staff if anyone had been looking for him. No one had, but he didn't seem convinced by the staff's answer. Around this time, Lars began calling his mom back in Germany. At first, things sounded normal, but then his tone shifted. He started saying things that just didn't make sense. Reportedly, he told his mother that he didn't feel safe there, that people were following him, and even that people were trying to kill him. He didn't sound confused. He sounded convinced, genuinely afraid. At one point, he asked his mom to cancel his credit cards. He told her not to trust anyone, and he reportedly said that he needed to leave Bulgaria immediately. And then, the night before he disappeared, he told her something even more concerning, that he was hiding from 4 men trying to stay out of sight. Eventually, Lars decides to go to the airport anyway. Footage shows him walking inside. He's not panicking. Not yet. Once inside, he decides to go to the airport doctor. What happens inside that room, we don't see. But moments later, surveillance cameras capture him running out of that room. Suddenly, without warning. According to reports, someone briefly entered the room during his exam, and shortly after that, Lars panicked. He reportedly said, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out of here." And then he ran. He bolts out of the room without taking anything with him. He leaves behind important belongings, cash, phone, passport, any personal items that you would normally need at an airport. He's fast, he's focused, like he's trying to get away from something. But no one is visibly following him in this video. So what happened? Some believe Lars was experiencing a mental health episode. Others think his injury may have affected his behavior. There's even some speculation that medication he was taking could have played a role. Others believe something truly scared him. But none of these explanations fully account for what we see, because whatever happened, it happened suddenly. And we see him run into the woods. Why was nothing ever found? No clothing, nothing. A man runs out of an airport in broad daylight and disappears. No answers, no closure, no sightings. So what made Lars Mittank run? What do you think happened? Drop your theories below and follow What the Actual Files for more mysteries.